Hi, I'm Tim Whitmire with First Integrity Mortgage, and joining me today is David True with ShieldPro Home Services. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Tim. It's great to see you again, and it's a pleasure to be with you today.
Absolutely. So I used to work with David, um, loved working with him, and he's just such a good guy and very trustworthy. And that's why I wanted to
Thank you.
bring him here to introduce you to everyone in my audience.
Yeah, thanks, Tim. No, and it was a pleasure working with you, certainly back in my past life, and thank you for your kind words.
Yeah, absolutely. So what do you do? ShieldPro Home Services. What is
Yeah,
that?
no, great question. So Shield Pro Home Services was born April of 2023. So I started my life out back when I was younger working in the trades
Hmm.
and moved away from that, went to college and then, as you know, fell into the financial industry and then into the lending part of, side of things. And all the time I was also doing some work on the side, but also it was mostly just at my own house, right?
Sure.
And so the last couple of years, I began to pivot. And so it is it's a general maintenance and handyman company, right? So many contractors today, don't do the handyman work. They don't do the little one-off type jobs, replacing a toilet, fixing a toilet, changing out a ceiling fan, making a drywall repair, things like that. Typically, a lot of contractors out there today are looking for bigger type projects. I have seen, obviously, and you have seen that, when we work with our clients and, it often came up in conversation that, just somebody needed a handyman and they could never find one. And so for the last couple of years, I've been working with other handymen behind the scenes, jumping on and off with their crews as they've needed them. And I decided this year in April that it was time to do my own thing. And so I branched out and have been absolutely loving it. So.
Nice. Very cool. It's a leap of faith, like going into business for yourself.
It certainly is a leap of faith. There's no doubt about that,
But good for you. That's
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah, no, I have been so blessed. I do tell some people that, because of my friends, my family, referral partners, people that I've known in business for many years, when I was in the financial industry, I'm just pivoting now and doing the handyman thing, right? And so people trust me, like you said, people trust me. And so with that trust, then they can trust me to come in and take care of their handyman needs.
There's a very there I feel there's a huge need for what you're doing
Absolutely.
because you're
There's
absolutely right.
Yep.
Like, you try to find someone to do a job, and they want to do the big jobs.
Yeah.
And so to find a handyman that'll go in there and do whatever it is that you need, and especially to find someone that's willing to do that,
Yep.
that you also know, like, and trust.
Yeah, exactly. It's a niche that needs to be filled. And there's other great, I mean, there's other great handymen out there. So I
Absolutely.
pride myself getting to know these guys, working with some of the best here in the St. Louis area. But I think that for one, I want to serve my community right here in St. Louis. So
And then you also explained to me that you have, I think it's a maintenance package, correct?
correct.
So
Yeah. So first and foremost, I do offer the one-off services that most handymen offer. So, if someone needs a toilet repaired or replaced or a drywall patch made or a small paint job, something like that, right? That's what people think of typical handyman work.
mhm.
However, I have seen a greater need, and that is ongoing maintenance. That's where someone is coming through the home on a regular basis, maintaining and repairing any repairs that need to be done. So I offer a few different packages, and the goal for my company is to come through and take care of maintain the house. So those could be things like changing out air filters,
Well, that's a big one right there.
exactly,
That's
cleaning gutters, checking drains, making sure that outside drains are clear of leaves in the fall. Those all those types of things, small things that people don't always think about,
mhm.
but can become very costly very fast should an issue arise. And then also with that, then after we do some maintenance in the appointment visit, right? Then the last part of it, then they get handyman repair hours. So that would then go towards those hours would go towards repairing anything that needs to be repaired in the home. Generally, we're going to prioritize those. Most important to least important. So, of course, plumbing, electrical.
Absolutely.
What areas in the house are most important: kitchen, master bath, master bedroom, those types of places, right? And then we'll kind of like spread out from there. If they don't have a whole lot going on that needs to be repaired or nothing that's really of significant concern to us at Shield Pro, then what we will do is we can put those hours towards something like, let's say somebody just wants to get a bedroom painted. So we'll apply those hours towards it, and any additional hours, they just pay us the difference. So,
That's awesome. So
but
there's a set amount of hours that go with the program.
exactly, each program has a set amount of hours.
Okay.
Correct.
Very cool. So let me ask you this. So you're doing handyman work. You have this maintenance program.
Yeah.
What area do you serve?
Great question. So I serve all of St. Louis County, St. Louis City, also Eastern St. Charles County for right now. Hopefully, I'll be able to get into Western St. Charles County, but with where I live, it's a little tough.
Sure.
And then also Northern Jefferson County. Now,
Got it. Okay.
as you know, I'm a sales guy. If there's an opportunity outside of my area, but it makes sense for me as a business and as a, in knowing my numbers, I will go outside of that area. But that's general. That's my
That's
general
generally
area.
like there you're looking to do business
On
in,
the
for the most part. Yeah.
exactly. And on the Illinois side, it kind of mirrors that same area. That's so it'd be like from southern metro east, right? So Columbia, Waterloo,
Got
up
it.
to say Collinsville. Edwardsville would be a little bit outside of my range, but again,
You want it
it's
to
always
be reasonably close to where
right.
you're operating out of.
right, because it comes down to the amount of travel time.
Right.
Because we are trying to do 2 appointments a day when we're doing the subscription packages,
Mhm.
and generally it's about 4 hours for each place.
Got it. That makes a lot of sense because it has to make sense for everyone involved.
Right.
And it's a business where you physically have to go somewhere.
Yep. Exactly. Yep. No, you can't do any of this online.
Darn
The
it.
one thing that I've been saying is that AI is not going to replace the handyman anytime soon. It may
Job
replace
security.
a lot. I have job security for quite some time to come. Yes.
I love
Yeah.
that. That's awesome. So this is great. So if someone wants to get a hold of you,
Yeah.
what's the best way for them to reach you?
Yep. So call, text, email. My phone number is 314-566-6200. So you can call or text that number. And then my email is david@ShieldProHS.com. And I'm sure this will go under somewhere on the screen.
It will. Yes.
Above my
Yeah.
head, or below my head, below my body. Or go to my website, ShieldProHS.com.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And then if you would like a warm introduction, I'm happy to do that as well.
Yeah, that would be awesome because that's truly where so many people, they do their, who do they want to let into their house? They hear
Exactly.
about horror stories all the time, and letting people into their homes. And I mean, I've been hearing them now for a couple of years. I can't believe
bet
some
you
of the
do.
stories
Yeah.
I've heard. And so when somebody knows me and they can step out there and say, look, I know Dave True, you can let him into your house. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
That means a lot.
And I trust you
Yep.
1,000%.
Exactly. So yeah, no, it's definitely a lot of fun. I'm having a great time. The awesome thing in a personal goal for me is to always be learning something new. And this industry certainly has
sure,
that.
I'm sure
And,
that's meaning that.
Oh yeah. I mean, even my mentors who are handymen still, after doing this 20, 25, 30 years, still come up on stuff that they've never seen before. So yeah, it's really cool. It's really
Nice.
cool.
That's great. Well, thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me.
And-
This has been a pleasure. I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for your time, and look forward to partnering with you some more on some other things.
Absolutely. Thanks, David.
Awesome.